And a pleasant good afternoon, basketball fans. My name is Jim Nolan, welcoming you to the live stream of Keystone College men's basketball here on YouTube. Today, the Keystone Giants take on the Golden Wolves of Alvernia University, located in Reading, Pennsylvania. Alvernia comes in with a record of 5-2. Keystone is 4-5. We'll get into the starting lineups on the fly here. Keystone is going with their now usual 5. Number 13, Daryl Coleman, about to jump. Number 10 is Boston Caldwell, the Giants' leading scorer. Number 5 is Brandon Scott. Number 1 is DeAndre Sutherland. Number 3, Tyler Fox. And Alvernia wins the tip. This is number 4, Janai Stanley. To 23, Jacob Kelly on the right side. Now number 1, Jacob Stout. Here's Stanley on the right wing. And pass is broken up by Brandon Scott. And he is stripped by number 3, Robert Cottrell, but the Giants recover. And Boston Caldwell scores the first basket of the game. So this is Cottrell, number 3, freshman from Philadelphia Roman Catholic, to Jacob Kelly. Kelly driving on Sutherland. Turnaround shot. No good. Sutherland the rebound. 2-0 Giants here in the first minute. And really for the first time today, Keystone will set their offense. They scored in transition a short time ago. Here's Coleman at the top to Scott on the right side. Scott will drive. Left-handed pass out to Caldwell. Fake the shot. Now Sutherland. 5 to shoot. Sutherland fires and makes it. DeAndre Sutherland, who had a big game last weekend for the Giants, with a 3-point shot to give them a quick 5-0 lead here. Here's Cottrell. Driving, kicking. And a 3-point shot by Jacob Stout for Alvernia, their first basket today. It's 5-3. Brandon Scott will bring it up to Tyler Fox. Now Sutherland, who just scored his last time down. Scott on the left wing. Now Boston Caldwell curls around the screen, catches, shoots, makes it. Caldwell with a quick 4. It's Keystone 7, Alvernia 3. Cottrell driving, tries to kick out again, but Tyler Fox gets a hand on that pass. Another turnover. Scott to Caldwell in transition, blocked from behind. Looked like by Jacob Stout. Now a trap in the corner. Alvernia will get it across half court. Here's Stout, he'll pull up. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound Caldwell. Fox on the left side. Driving around Stout, tries to split the defenders, does draw a foul. See what the call's on here. Number 1 in black, Jacob Stout is first foul of the game. Coleman inbounds to Boston Caldwell. Now here's Brandon Scott. Scott to Fox. Back to Scott. Getting a pick from Coleman. Pick and roll. Coleman's shot and a whistle. It's a travel. Turnover by Scott. So Alvernia will take it. We're 2.5 minutes in. Keystone leading 7-3. This is Cottrell bringing it up. And he'll get open. Missed the shot, though. Tyler Fox the rebound. Fox to Coleman on the right side. Now Brandon Scott. Giants will reset. DeAndre Sutherland at the high post. Sutherland to Scott. Shot is missed. Rebound by Jacob Kelly for the Golden Wolves. Kelly to Janai Stanley. And contact, but no foul there as Stanley does make the jump shot. It was a long two. So it's now 7-5 Keystone. Coleman on the left to Fox. They'll swing it over to Sutherland. Now Daryl Coleman. Caldwell driving. A whistle, and looks like he'll get 2 shots. Foul was on number 3, Robert Cottrell. Boston Caldwell will shoot. Keystone's leading scorer. First is good. Caldwell entering today, shooting 81% from the free throw line, averaging 15.7 points. Leads the Giants. Gets the bounce on the second. So Caldwell with 6. Keystone leading 9-5. Caldwell scored 20 points in the Giants' last game against Rosemont. There is a left side shot by Stanley. So it's 9-7 Keystone. Scott finding Caldwell. Down low. Back to Scott. He'll drive on Cottrell. Try to draw that second foul. It's Sutherland who puts it back. So Keystone has 2 guys who have scored. Caldwell with 6, Sutherland 5, and an offensive foul here. Just as I put my head down, I didn't see it, but it's called on number 1, Jacob Stout for Alvernia, and that is his second. Less than 5 minutes in. 3 fouls in this game so far, all by the Golden Wolves. Tyler Fox driving baseline, pull up, and he scores. The 3rd Giant in the scorebook today. 13-7 Keystone. Stanley, pull up over Caldwell, makes it. Janai Stanley with 6 points for Alvernia. Transfer from Division II Clarion. 13-9 now. And a whistle, and it looks like a offensive foul against Keystone. I believe on Tyler Fox, number 3. Okay. 15:04 remains first half. Keystone leading Alvernia 13-9. Number 2, Robert Mullen, who I believe is playing in his first game today. He's not on their stat sheets. Drives and scores. When these teams played last year, Mullen had 18 points. We'll talk more about that game as we go on. It's 13-11 now, Keystone. Coleman finding Fox, a 3, too long. Rebound by Stanley for Alvernia, and they're pushing. 15, Elijah Hamilton, who leads them in almost everything, fails to finish there. Daryl Coleman going all the way. A block and 1. Foul on number 25, Kareem Diaz, who just came into the game. So Daryl Coleman trying to finish the 3-point play here. Coleman makes it, 74% free throw shooter. 16-11, Keystone leads. Jacob Kelly with the ball now for Alvernia to Mullen. Trapped by Sutherland and Fox, and a foul was called. That's on Sutherland, so his first, team second. Camden Ayers, number 2, comes in for Tyler Fox. First substitution of the day by Coach Andrew Kettle for the Giants. Alvernia swinging the ball around, finding Hamilton underneath against Coleman, and a block. Elijah Hamilton is number 15 in black, is their leading scorer. As I said, he's a freshman who leads the team in almost every category. We'll talk more about him as we go on, but he has been shut out so far. Here's Coleman on the left side. Guarded by Hamilton, spin move. Kick out to Caldwell. Another spin by him. No good, rebound by Jacob Kelly. And Alvernia trying to force the issue here. They still retain possession, a little sloppy. There's Mullen for a 3, it's way off, out of bounds to Keystone. So our score remains 16-11, Giants. These teams played exactly 1 year ago today on this floor. Alvernia won rather handily, but a lot has changed since then. Caldwell making the shot to give him 8 points and a timeout, a 30-second timeout. Alvernia calling it. So 12:57 remaining. It is 18-11 Keystone. As I said last year, December 14th, 2023, Alvernia defeated Keystone 102-81. A lot has changed since then. 6 of Alvernia's top 8 scorers from last year are no longer with the program. They are a team led in scoring so far this season by 2 freshmen. And those would be Elijah Hamilton, number 15, and Robert Cottrell, number 3. Keystone's leading scorer from that day and in all of last season, Jack Anderson, also left to pursue a dream of Division I basketball at Marquette. So we're back, 18-11, Keystone leads. Mullen, who wears number 2, was the leading scorer for Alvernia in that game last year with 18. Here's Kelly, who had 14 that day. Finger rolls it in. That's his first points today. It's 18-13. Ball knocked out of bounds, will remain with the Giants. Ayers to inbound. Caldwell coming off the screen from Scott. Turnaround shot left side. No good this time. Rebound by Kelly. Kelly ahead to Janai Stanley. That's a long 3. It's no good. Rebound loose. Scott hits it off the Alvernia player, Diaz, successfully. So it will be Keystone ball. Now Alvernia going to defend full court here. Coleman to inbound to Camden Ayers. Ayers gets it across. Some help from Scott, the handoff. Scott cross court to Caldwell. Sutherland, now Ayers. Ayers to pull up. No good. And a foul away from the ball on Cottrell, his second. So Keystone will retain possession here. Number 10, Jameel Burton, comes in for the freshman Cottrell. Two starters for Alvernia. Cottrell and Stout have 2 fouls each, as we're just over 8 minutes into this game. Inbound pass to Brandon Scott. The 3-point shot is off. Offensive rebound by DeAndre Sutherland and the stick back. So Sutherland has 7. Keystone leading 20-13. Mullen driving, kicking back out. Kelly. He's cut off by Ayers. Over to Hamilton. His shot is good, and that's the first basket of the day for Elijah Hamilton, who averages 20 a game. Ahead to Brandon Scott by Camden Ayers, and a turnover, and then Sutherland kicks it. Ayers trying to make something happen there, and it didn't go the Giants' way. Now Justin Hill, number 4, comes in for Brandon Scott. 20-15, Keystone leads. 11 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the first half. There's Mullen to Jameel Burton. He'll pull up at the free throw line, miss it. Out of bounds to Keystone. And again, full court defense here by the Golden Wolves of Alvernia. Ayers bringing it up against Burton. There's Sutherland. Hill came around for the handoff. Sutherland kept it, took the shot and went in and out. Here comes Alvernia with Mullen to Kelly. Right wing guarded by Caldwell. Now down low, 22, McKeel Allen with a kick out. And here come the Giants. Caldwell left wing to Sutherland at the top. Those two have combined for 15 of the Giants' points already. Ayers driving baseline. Sutherland has it go off his hands. Here comes Alvernia. Kelly. Again, thought about the three, didn't take it. He's done that several times. There's Mullen guarded by Sutherland, driving left. Step back. No good. Rebound tipped. Kelly will get the basket. 3-point game now. Keystone leads 20-17. They've led the whole way after scoring the first 5 points of this one. Boston Caldwell for 3 after Hamilton overcommitted, and Caldwell makes it. Hamilton trying to steal that pass unsuccessfully. Caldwell had an open 3, hit it. He has 11 points. Keystone by 6, 23-17. There's Allen giving the ball back to Hamilton, guarded by Darrell Coleman. Hamilton with the step back shot. That's a good. 23-19, Hamilton with 4. Now Caldwell guarded by Elijah Hamilton to Sutherland. Justin Hill on the right wing. Caldwell driving. And an offensive foul. It'll be on Hill, number 4. Tyler Fox comes back in for Boston Caldwell, who once again is off to a very fine start today. 11 points already. Josh Brown also comes in for Keystone for DeAndre Sutherland, who has 7. So Keystone scoring is Caldwell 11, Sutherland 7, Coleman 3, Fox 2. Number 10, Jameel Burton with the ball now for Alvernia to Allen. Janai Stanley to Elijah Hamilton, driving around Brown, but misses. Here's Darrell Coleman, trying to go all the way again. Off the glass, no good. Rebound Stanley. 3-on-2 for Alvernia. Hamilton. And Camden Ayers tried to draw the charge, could not. He's called for the block. Foul will be on the floor, so Alvernia will inbound. 8:10 to go, first half. 23-19, Keystone. Burton picks up his dribble, nearly traveled, does not. Hamilton to Kelly, posting on Justin Hill. Kick out cross court. Janai Stanley 3-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound to Stanley, who then finds Hamilton underneath. Another miss. Out to Kelly. Again fakes a three, drives, misses, and Brown the rebound. Several chances on that possession for Alvernia. They get nothing. Keystone with a 4-point lead. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Justin Hill up top, out to Camden Ayers on the left wing. Ayers to Coleman, guarded by Hamilton. Coleman will fire a three and hit it. 6 for Daryl Coleman, and Keystone leads by 7, 26-19. Janai Stanley catches Fox looking the other way, cuts left, now passes over to Burton. Burton, that is a walk. Too many steps as he tried the spin move around Ayers. Alvernia coach Mike Miller Jr. is furious. And a timeout is called, 30-second timeout. Alvernia calling it for the second time already in this first half. 6:59 remains. Keystone leads 26-19. So the Giants are 4-5. Alvernia is 5-2. There are two common opponents. Penn State Harrisburg is one. Both teams defeated the Lions by 1 point. The other is Misericordia, who Keystone lost to in the season opener by 14 over a month ago. Alvernia beat Misericordia last week by 14. Giants ball up by 7. It's Camden Ayers bringing it up. Now Coleman to Brandon Scott on the left side. Tyler Fox at the top, but it's intercepted by Janai Stanley, and he will take it the distance. Stanley with 8 leads Alvernia. It's 26-21. Basket off a turnover there by the Wolves. Brandon Scott on the right wing. And another errant pass, but this one is unable to be handled by Stanley, and it goes out of bounds and will remain with Keystone. Boston Caldwell comes back in for Daryl Coleman. Scott to inbound, and he finds Josh Brown to Camden Ayers on the left wing. Now Caldwell at the top. 4 to shoot. Ayers at the free throw line. Tries to kick out to Caldwell. Ran out of time. I thought Ayers was going to try the contested shot. Then another second timeout this time. I believe Keystone called it now. So it's 6 minutes, 10 seconds left in this first half, with Keystone leading 26-21. Giants' next game will be on January 2nd. So this is the last game before the holiday break. Keystone shooting 50% from the field so far. 10 for 20 on all field goals. 3 for 5 on three-pointers. So Alvernia ball, 6 minutes left first half. Here's Janai Stanley at the top. Down goes Tyler Fox with no call. And now what happened? I honestly don't know. Coach Andrew Kettle talking to the referee. A technical foul on number 3, Tyler Fox. I guess they called it for a flop. He was guarding, I believe it was Elijah Hamilton, and some contact, fell down, trying to draw the foul, and Tyler Fox is called for the technical. So that's my best assumption, is that that was called for a flop. And Jacob Kelly will shoot. Kelly makes the first. He's now 19 for 20 this year on free throw attempts. Okay, I guess that's a one-shot technical. I'm figuring this out as much as you are. It's 26-22 Keystone. 5:52 left in the first half, and Alvernia retains the ball. It's inbounded to Kelly, guarded by Josh Brown. Number 3, Robert Cottrell. Tries to drive, can't. Now here's Stanley, guarded by Fox. Back out to Cottrell. He'll drive. Try to go underneath. Good defense by Brandon Scott, but then he throws the rebound away. Alvernia gets it back. And Scott will be called for the foul, defending Elijah Hamilton. Substitution for Keystone, John Bryce. Number 0 comes in for Camden Ayers. Keystone by 4, Alvernia ball. Cottrell looking to inbound to Hamilton, back to Cottrell, right corner. Hamilton stripped by Scott. And here come the Giants with Fox. Fox turns it over. He walked. Daryl Coleman will come in for Fox. 5:15 to go first half. 26-22 in favor of Keystone. They've led the whole way. Here's Cottrell at the top of the key. And Janai Stanley shuffled his feet. And he's called for the travel. There wasn't anybody within 2 steps of him. So here's Brandon Scott up the left side for Keystone. Over to Boston Caldwell, who leads everybody today with 11 points. DeAndre Sutherland back to Caldwell. He'll fire. No good. Rebound by Kelly for Alvernia. There's Cottrell driving on Bryce and scoring. The first points of the game for Cottrell, the freshman guard. Caldwell for 3 on the left side, no good, and a loose ball foul. That's on Keystone 0, John Bryce. So we have a 2-point game now with 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Alvernia with a chance to tie or go ahead here. And they go ahead here. 25 is Kareem Diaz. He makes the 3. Alvernia leads for the first time today, 27-26. Coleman, guarded by Elijah Hamilton. He'll drive. Pull up from the baseline. No good. Rebound by Cottrell. Alvernia pushing with Hamilton on Caldwell. And Hamilton will score. Elijah Hamilton, their top player, with 6 points. Alvernia now leads by 3, 29-26. Scott harassed by Mullen, and the ball is off his foot. Oh, they called a foul on him. Thought it might be a simple kick, but instead it is a foul. Both teams with 16 fouls now, so we should be getting free throws after this. Scott to Sutherland, high post, back to Scott. Temporarily lost it, got it back. Now Sutherland. Pull up from the line. Gets the bounce. DeAndre Sutherland with 9. It is 29-28, Alvernia. Mullen, a long 3. In and out. Rebound Coleman. Coleman bringing it up himself. To Scott. And Scott walked. We're under 3 minutes now in the first half. 29-28 in favor of Alvernia. Robert Cottrell, number 3. With John Bryce and Boston Caldwell defending at the top of his Keystone zone. Jacob Kelly now on the right side. Cut off by Caldwell. Here's Diaz again for 3. And making it. Kareem Diaz with 2 3-point shots. Alvernia leads by 4, 32-28. Coleman needs to get this across. He does. Hounded by Elijah Hamilton. Now here's Sutherland on the left side. Sutherland to Scott. Scott driving, kicking. Bryce fakes the 3, gets his man in the air. Misses the shot. Did not hit rim, so the shot clock rolls. Sutherland misses. That one does hit rim. Scott misses. 3 chances for Keystone there, no basket. Kelly the rebound for Alvernia. They push. Here's Diaz again. A 3 from the corner. No good. Loose rebound. Alvernia gets it. And another travel. Mullen called for the walk there. Tyler Fox will come back in for Keystone, replacing Bryce. We're under 2 minutes now in the first half, 1:52. Brandon Scott brings it up. Now here's Coleman. To Caldwell, Fox, back to Caldwell, spin, stripped. Foul is called. The Alvernia bench reacts strongly to that. 25, Diaz. I have that as his second. Number 4, Janai Stanley comes back in for Alvernia, replacing Cottrell. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Boston Caldwell, who is 2 for 2 today. Makes the first. That's 12 for Caldwell. Second is good. Alvernia 32, Keystone 30. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Boston Caldwell with 13 points, leads all scorers. Diaz catches the difficult pass, finds Elijah Hamilton down low. No call underneath as Hamilton misses. Daryl Coleman on the left side. Step back 3 is missed. Rebound Alvernia. Mullen. They are pushing. Jacob Kelly, right side. One dribble and pops the jumper and makes it. 7 for Kelly. It's 34-30. Alvernia, we're in the last minute of the first half. Sutherland to Scott on the left side. Now Tyler Fox. Fox posting, turnaround shot. No good. And a whistle. That's another technical foul on Tyler Fox. Is he out? The ref made another signal like it was another flop. I'll have to look up this flopping rule because that's the second technical called on Fox. Maybe it's not an ejectable offense. I'm not sure. I mean, Kelly made the free throw. It's 35-30 Alvernia now with 38.2 seconds to go. And it's only a one-shot technical as opposed to the normal two. So this is new to me. 30 seconds left. Kelly guarded by Sutherland. He falls down, gets the pass out to Mullen. Another whistle, I believe a foul will be on Scott here. That's the second on Scott, and it will be free throws for Mullen. First shot is good. And he's a grad student from Somerdale, New Jersey. As I said earlier, scored 18 points against Keystone last year, but is not listed on the stat sheet this year, so this might be his first game. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. Coleman the rebound. Alvernia leads by 6 after trailing most of the first half. Coleman crossing half court with 12 seconds to go. Here's Scott. Lost it momentarily. Finds Caldwell open. Shot is no good. Stanley rebounds for Alvernia. It goes out of bounds. And we'll stick with the Golden Wolves. 3.8 seconds to go. Mullen takes it near half court. He'll fire and miss at the buzzer, so that brings an end to the first half here. Score is Alvernia 36 and Keystone 30. Strange first half. Keystone leading most of the way. Alvernia pushing at the end and going ahead. Keystone going cold from the field after a hot start. Now, before we break for halftime, I want to make a mention of something that was acknowledged before the game today. There was a moment of silence for a beloved member of the Keystone faculty, Donald Stacknick Jr., also known as Doc. He was the director of the Sport and Recreation Management program here. Passed away Thursday in his home. He was 38 years old, much too young. Doc was a graduate of Keystone College, undergrad in 2009, got his master's in 2017. So a moment of silence was held before the women's game yesterday and the men's game today in his honor. We'll be back with the second half of this game in 14 minutes. We're getting set to resume play here at the Gamble Athletic Center on the campus of Keystone College, directly off Route 6 and 11 in La Plume, Pennsylvania. My name is Jim Nolan, bringing you Keystone College men's basketball here on YouTube. The Giants are trailing Alvernia 36-30 at halftime. We'll be starting the second half any second now. And that first half was really almost two different games. Keystone led for a total of 15 minutes and 20 seconds in the first half, but then a 17-4 run by Alvernia has provided the halftime margin of 36-30. In fact, it was 26-19 Keystone with just under 8 minutes left in the first half, and Alvernia scored 10 straight points. Keystone offensively went as cold as it is outside. At one point, they were shooting 50% from the field, 10 for 20. They finished that half 11 for 30. So 1 for 10 to end the half with a final total of 36.7%. Keystone ball to start the second half. Here's Brandon Scott to Daryl Coleman. Coleman getting a screen around Scott, trying to shed Elijah Hamilton's defense. Now the Giants swing it to Fox. Fox to Sutherland on the pick and roll. Shot from the left side, no good. Rebound by Janai Stanley for Alvernia. Stanley driving into the corner. Now finds Jacob Kelly. Alvernia swings it this time to Robert Cottrell. Kick out to Jacob Stout. And that shot is no good and then off the shot clock. So Giants ball. Full court defense again by Alvernia. That inbound pass broken up, but Keystone retains. Giants led in the first half by Boston Caldwell with 13 points. The average is 15.7 on the year. DeAndre Sutherland has 9. Sutherland scored a season-high 16 1 week ago in the Giants' road victory at Rosemont College. Also, Daryl Coleman had 6 points in that first half. Here's Brandon Scott driving, lost the ball. It's out of bounds off Alvernia, so it stays. Scott was scoreless in the first half. He averages 10 a game. If he can get going in the second half, that would be a big boost. Tyler Fox, left corner, to Caldwell. Now back out to Fox. Long three is good. Tyler Fox cuts the deficit in half. It's now 36-33. Stanley guarded by Fox. And an offensive foul on Stanley there. From my vantage point, I thought it was a reach-in on Scott, but it's Stanley for reaching around the hip. First team foul of the second half. It is 36-33 Alvernia, about a minute and a half in. Fox driving. No good. Offensive rebound. Sutherland misses the second chance. And here come the Golden Wolves with Cottrell to Stanley, who corrals the pass. The floater is good. Janai Stanley with 10. He's the leading scorer for Alvernia today. So he has 10. Jacob Kelly, number 23, has 8. Number 15, Elijah Hamilton, who came into today averaging over 20. Held to just 6 so far. Boston Caldwell on the drive, gets fouled. Foul on number 3, Cottrell, and that is the third on the freshman guard for Alvernia. Caldwell shooting 2. Makes the first. Boston Caldwell 5 for 5 now. Six for 6. 15 for Caldwell. 2 minutes into the second half, it's 38-35 Alvernia. Giants have played a lot of close games already in this young season. Cottrell driving, losing it. Off of Keystone, so it'll stay here. Already at home this year, The Giants have had an overtime game, a one-point game, and a buzzer beater. Elijah Hamilton underneath for the Golden Wolves. That gives him 8. (40-35) Alvernia. Scott with the ball to Sutherland and a backdoor pass to Fox, but he cannot finish. Jacob Stout with the defense there. The quickness of Janai Stanley, but he doesn't convert. Here comes Keystone. Scott, who nearly lost it to Caldwell. Now Coleman, left corner, in and out. Floorboard to Alvernia there. Kelly to Stout. That's a 3. No good. Caldwell rebounds. Brandon Scott guarded by Stanley. A lot of movement here for Keystone. Boston Caldwell now. Back to Scott. Oh, and Caldwell with the offensive foul as he set the screen. That's Caldwell's first. Substitution for Keystone, number 33, Rich Gilmore. 6'5" freshman forward comes in for the first time today. He's replacing Darryl Coleman, who is getting instruction from Coach Andrew Kettle right now. Cottrell driving baseline, and looks like he was brushed and fouled by Tyler Fox. So the second personal foul on Fox. He's had an odd day. Called for flopping twice in the first half, which were Class B technical fouls is the official designation. So not an ejectable offense, just one-shot technical free throws. Elijah Hamilton in the lane. Oh! And yeah, now finally the foul called. It took a second there. Hamilton facing some tough defense by Rich Gilmore, and there could have been contact on that original play, but then on the rebound, Hamilton fouls going over the back. So that's the first on the Alvernia freshman, who leads them in scoring and rebounding. Camden Ayers now in the game for Keystone. He'll drive left side. He will draw the foul on Stout. A lot of whistles early in the second half. For Stout, that's his third foul. He picked up 2 early ones in the first half. Number 1 in black for Alvernia. Ayers to inbound. To Scott. Now the pass for Sutherland. Winds up going behind him, and Rich Gilmore retrieves it. Foul again in Alvernia on the left side. That's on Stanley with the bump. 5 team fouls already on Alvernia, 4 minutes into the second half. So Keystone might end up in the bonus quickly. All they got to do is draw 2 more fouls. Brandon Scott stripped of the ball by Cottrell. And Sutherland with the steal on the other end for Keystone. Here's Camden Ayers. Going all the way, cannot get it. And that'll be a foul on Caldwell after the rebound. So it's 40-35 Alvernia. 15:41 remaining in this game. 25, Kareem Diaz comes back in for the visitors. He had a couple of big 3-point shots in the first half. Also 2, Robert Mullen. This is Robert Cottrell, number 3. Elijah Hamilton to Mullen. Jacob Kelly was going to shoot the 3. It's a offensive foul on Elijah Hamilton, number 15. That's the second on him in a matter of minutes. 6th team foul on Alvernia. So Keystone's in the bonus already with over 15 minutes left in the second half. Scott, really threaded the needle there to Ayers. I thought for sure that was a turnover. Here's Caldwell. Pull up. He makes it. That's a long 2. Boston Caldwell with 17. That is 40-37, Alvernia. 5 minutes into the second half, Cottrell drives and scores. Cottrell, the freshman from Roman Catholic in Philadelphia, pushing the lead back to 5 for Alvernia. Rich Gilmore now, right baseline. Picks up the dribble, turnaround, block. Hamilton with the block there. Here comes Cottrell to Diaz. Diaz shot no good. Hamilton misses the stick back, gets another chance. This one he'll convert. So 2 rebounds and a basket there for Elijah Hamilton. He now has 10. Hamilton came into today averaging 20 and 11. And we have a whistle. If this is a floor foul on Alvernia, it's going to be free throws. 23, Jacob Kelly. So that's his first. So Keystone in the bonus already, and Brandon Scott will shoot 1 and 1. It's a 7-point game, 44-37. Scott, a 70% free throw shooter. And he misses. Rebound by Robert Cottrell for Alvernia. Oh, ahead to Diaz. He was open, fakes out Coleman, now drives and scores. Alvernia with their biggest lead tonight, 46-37. The missed free throw on one. Ooh, Hamilton will commit that foul, his third. And that's going to be free throws for Coleman. I was about to say, and now I guess I will say, I mean, it was a 4-point swing right there with Scott missing the front end of a 1-and-1. Alvernia coming right down and scoring. Darryl Coleman now shooting. First shot good by Coleman, who shoots 74%. 7 points today for Coleman, the second leading scorer on the Giants throughout the season. Second is good. 46-39, Alvernia. 13:45 to go. Cottrell to Mullen. Now Kelly. Thought about the long 3. He's done that many times today. Here's Diaz. He'll pull up. That shot's off. And it's Keystone ball. They'll make a substitution here. John Bryce will come in after this full timeout taken by Alvernia with 13:31 remaining. And that, I believe, is the first full timeout we've had in this game. A lot of 30 seconds were called in the first half. Quick look at the live stats. So Alvernia is led by Janai Stanley and Elijah Hamilton with 10 points each. Stanley number 4, Hamilton number 15. Hamilton has 4 rebounds, came into the game averaging 11. Well, Hamilton got 3 quick personal fouls here in the second half. Alvernia has already committed 18 fouls, 6.5 minutes into the second half. So Keystone, which is a 73% free throw shooting team entering today, will try to use that to their advantage. If they can get to the free throw line consistently, we're far from done here. Keystone is led by Boston Caldwell with 17 points. The next scorer is DeAndre Sutherland with 9. Those were all in the first half. Darryl Coleman with 8 points and 5 rebounds for Keystone. So it's the Giants' ball, trailing by 7. Camden Ayers brings it up. Coleman on the left side to Caldwell. Now Rich Gilmore. Back to Coleman at the top. He'll drive. And finish. Nice take by Daryl Coleman. That gives him 10. 46-41, Alvernia. 13 minutes left. Cottrell drives. He's fouled. That'll be a pair of free throws for him. Camden Ayers with the foul. Cottrell listed on the Alvernia roster as Robert Cottrell. Every article I found called him Bobby. Makes the first free throw. Freshman guard from Roman Catholic in Philadelphia, two-time Philadelphia Catholic League champions. Won last year's Catholic League championship game at the buzzer. In a conference that is probably as competitive as any in the country for a high school league. Cottrell makes the free throws, so it's 48-41 Alvernia. Pass to Camden Ayers, nearly broken up. Ayers gets it and drives, cutting through the holes in the defense. Lays it in, so it's 48-43. Mullen, left side, driving. He floats. No good. Rebound by John Bryce. Here comes Ayers. Ayers, drop pass for Bryce. No call there. Now here's Ayers driving again. Nicely done by Camden Ayers, 2 times in a row. It's a 3-point game, 48-45 Alvernia. Mullen cut off by Caldwell. Here's Kelly. Driving. Pull up and scoring. Jacob Kelly with 10. He's one of 3 Alvernia players with 10 points. 50-45. We're just past the 12-minute mark here in the second half. Ayers will drive again. See what he does this time. Ooh, missed that one short as he found himself in the lane. The turnaround shot didn't go. Here's Caldwell. We'll take a long 3. No good. And we have a whistle away from the ball. Looks like a foul on Alvernia. 22. That's McKeel Allen. His first, team 9th. So this will be 1-1 for John Bryce. Bryce 0 for 3 on free throw attempts this year. First shot good. Little positive reverse jinx there. 6'2" junior guard, St. Augustine, Florida, John Bryce. Second shot. No good this time. So Alvernia leads 50-46. This is Diaz in the corner. And an offensive foul on number 2, Mullen. He's vocal after that call. Another foul away from the ball. Since it's an offensive foul, it's not free throws. Keystone down 4. 11:15 left. There's Gilmore to Coleman. Ayers on the right side. Backdoor pass to Bryce. Now Bryce to Gilmore posting. Can't get that one. Rebound by Diaz. And here comes Alvernia with Cottrell. Cottrell driving around Gilmore. Nicely done, but looks like a foul on the follow-through. So 2 more shots for Robert Cottrell, or Bobby, as he was called in every media article I could find. Averaging 13.6 per game as a freshman. First shot, no good. Cottrell just made 2 earlier. He shoots 72%. Second is good. So we're back to a 5-point margin, 51-46 Alvernia, 10:45 to go. A little dangerous pass there from Coleman to Ayers in the backcourt. Here's Caldwell, out to Coleman. Coleman guarded by Kelly, he'll drive. Cannot finish. Gilmore the offensive rebound. And drawing the foul, nice play by Rich Gilmore. Came from the other side of the basket to get that offensive board. Diaz with the foul for Alvernia, his third. This will be 2 shots for Rich Gilmore. First shot, no good. Gilmore playing his high school ball at Stroudsburg. 6'5" freshman. 10.5 minutes left. Second shot good. 51-47, Alvernia leads with 10:30 remaining. Well, we started the second half with a 6-point lead for Alvernia. It's now 4. It's been as many as 9. This is Mullen on the left side, gets the pick from Kelly. And another moving screen call. Jacob Kelly with this foul, his second. Alvernia not liking how the second half's being officiated. Very tightly against them. Keystone, though, has committed 5 team fouls themselves as we're midway through the half. Here's Scott to Coleman. Coleman, a 3. He's got it. We have a 1-point game, 51-50. Mullen driving, trying to get around Scott. Pump fakes. Shot no good. Loose rebound, now Ayers has it. Does not have the numbers. Kicks out to Bryce. That's a 3. And that's good. Keystone leads. 53-51, back-to-back threes by Darrell Coleman and John Bryce. And a timeout is called. So we have 9:34 remaining. Here in the second half, Alvernia with the timeout, a full timeout. Keystone has bounced back to regain the lead here, which they had for most of the first half. The second half, or I'm sorry, the first half ended with Alvernia scoring 17 of the last 21 points. Keystone's outscored Alvernia 23-15 here in the second. And just less than a minute ago, trailed by 4. Darrell Coleman with a 3-point shot at the top of the key, then Alvernia missed. Camden Ayers forced the issue, even though he didn't have the numbers, but he found the open player, John Bryce, and Bryce made the 3 from the left side, which gave Keystone the lead. 53-51 now in favor of the Giants. It's Alvernia ball with 9.5 minutes left. This Giants team, as Andrew Kettle says, very battle-tested. They've played so many close games already this year. Now there's a steal by Scott. He'll take it all the way with a jam. I was a little worried he wouldn't get to the rim there, but as soon as he knew he was in the clear, he was going for that dunk. And a palming violation. You're seeing a lot of things today you don't see called very often. Flopping, now that. 55-51 Keystone with 9 minutes left. Ayers, spin move. Oh, he had Cottrell looking the other way, but he missed the shot. Here come the Wolves with Kelly. Briefly loses it, regains it. Jacob Stout, pull up in the lane. Shot is short, Bryce the rebound. Stout an open look there, pulled the string on it. 8.5 minutes to play. Keystone by 4. Daryl Coleman up top to Ayers on the right wing. Now Caldwell. Caldwell will drive. Off balance shot, no good. A collision along the baseline. Winds up Alvernia ball. Kelly driving. His underhand shot doesn't go. Now ahead to Ayers. Stout fouls him. That's going to be 4 on Jacob Stout. And Camden Ayers will shoot 2. Chaotic couple possessions there. So here's Ayers. First is good. Ayers now with 5, all in this half, including 2 drives to the basket, which resulted in field goals. Ayers goes 2 for 2. He now has 6. It's a 6-point lead for Keystone, 57-51 with under 8 minutes remaining. Kelly to Stanley. Now back out to Kelly for a long 3. It's no good. Rebound by Stout. Here's Stanley for 3. Had a good look and made that one. So Janai Stanley. Oh, lost ball and turnover. I looked down to write down the 3-point shot, and suddenly the ball was loose. So it's 57-54. And Alvernia has it again, 7.5 minutes left. Cottrell driving, kicking. Here's Stout. Ooh. Another 3, and that ties the game, 57-57. That could not have gone worse for Keystone right there. Back-to-back 3s with a sloppy turnover in the middle. Ayers misses. Scott gets the offensive rebound and draws the foul. That's on Jacob Stout. That is his 5th. He's out. Stout, the 6'1" graduate student guard, with 6 points today, fouls out with 7 minutes and 7 seconds left. And it's Brandon Scott shooting. First is good, so Keystone goes back on top. Trying to look up the team fouls for the game as the site refreshes. Scott with a pair of free throws. Keystone back on top, 59-57. Alvernia's been called for 21 fouls. Cottrell gets the ball back for Alvernia. Now he finds Mullen in the corner. He'll drive, find Elijah Hamilton underneath. He'll lay it in. Hamilton with 12, 59-59. 6:40 to go. Scott to Ayers. Ayers seeing a lot of minutes today after missing a few games from an ankle injury. Did come back several games ago, but this is the most he's played, I believe, since then. Now another turnover by Keystone. And a timeout by the Giants. 6:25 remaining. So I'll refresh some live stats here, see what jumps out. Mentioned Alvernia, 21 personal fouls. Now here in the second half, Keystone's only committed 5 team fouls, so Alvernia is not shooting yet. Keystone is shooting 2 on every foul. Most other stats are about even. Keystone actually leading the rebounding battle, 32-30. They've been victimized by other teams getting a lot of offensive rebounds against them in prior games, but that's not happened yet. No team is led by more than 9. Alvernia led 46-37 earlier this half. Alvernia does lead in points in the paint, 26-18. Here's Cottrell to Janai Stanley. Made a key three-point shot a few moments ago. Now Kelly, he'll take one. Miss it. Long rebound to Mullen for Alvernia. There's an offensive rebound I was just talking about, of course. Stanley with a kick out to Cottrell. No good again on the three. Brandon Scott gets that board. We're under 6 minutes. Scott driving out to Ayers. The three brought rain and goes in. Camden Ayers with 9 points. One of his best games of the season so far. He gives the Giants a 62-59 lead. Mullen drives, misses. Coleman the rebound. Keystone led by 6 a short time ago. Now it's 3. Trying to push it back up. Coleman guarded by Hamilton. Out to Ayers. Ayers driving on the freshman Cottrell. Now kick out. Scott, a 3. Nails it. This time it's Keystone hitting the back-to-back threes. We've had that happen several times here in the second half. Keystone did it, then Alvernia did it, now Keystone does. 65-59 Giants. Hamilton doubled by Coleman and Ayers. Kick out. It's Cottrell open for 3. He makes it. And we have another timeout. So with 4:56 to go, that was Alvernia who called the timeout. 65-62, the Giants. I'm going to take a quick breath here. Be right back. Here in the second half, Keystone is 5 for 7 on three-point shots. Alvernia 3 for 8. For the game, Keystone has 8 three-pointers, Alvernia 6. Full court defense here by the Golden Wolves. Ayers hounded by Diaz. Long pass ahead to Bryce. Bryce to Scott. Right side 3. In and out. Alvernia rebounds. Stanley to Cottrell at half court. Picked up by Scott. Pick from Hamilton. Now Stanley over to Kelly. Down low Hamilton. Posting on Coleman. And they're going to call Coleman for a foul here. And that is Coleman's first. That's the 6th team foul on Keystone, so Alvernia will be in the bonus now. 65-62 Giants. Inbounded to Diaz, guarded by Scott. He'll drive baseline, spin. Now Kelly. Kelly back to Hamilton. He'll try this again. Hamilton around Coleman, jump hook, no good. Coleman can't get that rebound. Instead, he's out-wrestled for it by Stanley. Stanley scores at 65-64 with 4 minutes left, and then Cottrell commits the foul 90 feet from the basket on Ayers as they were trying to trap him. For Cottrell, that's 4 personal fouls. And Camden Ayers will shoot. Ayers having a good second half with 9 points. First is no good. Keystone is in the double bonus, so 2-shot fouls. We have exactly 4 minutes remaining. Misses both. Alvernia ball down 1. Stanley. Back to Cottrell. He'll drive on Ayers. Scores and 1. Impressive play by the freshman. Ayers the foul. And Cottrell will try to finish this 3-point play. Alvernia now leads. Cottrell's shot is good. That gives him 13 points, and Alvernia is back on top now, 67-65, with an 8-0 run. Keystone had made back-to-back threes to go up 6. Coleman lost it. Keystone recovers. They'll reset with Ayers. Ayers to Scott. Scott driving on Diaz. Off-balance shot goes off the glass and in. So Brandon Scott, who was scoreless in the first half, now has 10, and we're tied again at 67. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. Cottrell over to Kelly, left wing. Driving around Caldwell. Swung back to the top, and Stanley. Back out to Elijah Hamilton. He'll drive. Coleman cuts him off. Offensive rebound by Kelly. Now Stanley. Stanley to Cottrell. Driving around Ayers. The floater doesn't get it this time, but again draws a foul. And the foul on Camden Ayers I have as his 4th. 2:42 to go, and Cottrell shooting. First is good. Cottrell now 5 for 6 from the line. And he has 14. Second is good. He makes both Cottrell and Stanley, leading Alvernia with 15 each. They lead 69-67, 2:35 left. Here's Ayers to Caldwell. Now Coleman. Ayers on the left side. Looking down low for Scott, and Scott does draw the foul. I think the Alvernia defender wanted a flop there, which has been called twice already today, but it's Jameel Burton, number 10, committing that foul, and it will send Brandon Scott back to the line. And today, Scott is 2 for 3, 2:20 left. And the first is good. So we have a 1-point game now. 69-68. Scott for the second. Misses. Elijah Hamilton, the rebound for Alvernia. Scott 1 for 2. 69-68. Alvernia leads. 2:10 to go. Cottrell getting the pick from Hamilton. Coleman switches onto him. Now Cottrell has it back. He'll drive. He's done this very successfully here in the second half and scores again. Freshman guard now at 17. Alvernia by 3, 71-68. 1:45 left. It's Ayers. Down low, Scott again. Fouled again. Janai Stanley with the foul, number 4. And Scott will shoot 2 shots again. It's 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Scott misses the first. Now 3 for 6. Big one here. This one goes. 71-69, Alvernia. Minute and a half left. Yet another close game here for the Keystone Giants. Cottrell retreats, gets it back out to Kelly. Kelly will drive on Sutherland. Kick to Diaz, open 3. He hits it. Oh, that looked like bad news. Kareem Diaz with his 3rd three-point shot today. 74-69 Alvernia. We're approaching a minute left. Coleman will drive. Pull up. No good. Rebound Stanley. And now they will foul. Caldwell commits the foul on Cottrell. 49 seconds to play and a timeout by Coach Andrew Kettle. Been a very back and forth game. But Alvernia looking good right now, up by 5 and about to shoot 2 free throws. Let me once again go to the live stats. Keystone was up 65-59 after making back-to-back three-point shots with about 5.5 minutes left in the second half. So since then, Alvernia has outscored Keystone 15-4. And they ended the first half by outscoring Keystone 17-4. So it will be Robert Bobby Cottrell shooting 2 free throws. He now leads Alvernia today with 17. Alvernia with their other 4 players playing back. A 5-point lead for them. First is good. Cottrell now 7 for 8 from the free throw line. He has 18, 75-69. Now the second. Also good, so Alvernia now up by 7. 76-69. Giants have to hustle. Here's Caldwell, who mishandles the pass. Fires a wild turnaround shot. It's no good. Rebound by Elijah Hamilton. And another foul. And we're going to walk the floor and march to the free throw line here. Elijah Hamilton entered today averaging 20 points per game and 11 rebounds. He's been held somewhat in check. 12 points, 6 boards. It's a well-balanced team. So Hamilton misses the first. This is his first free throw attempts today. Tyler Fox and John Bryce, 2 3-point threats, come back in for Keystone. 38 seconds remain. Hamilton's second shot is good, so he now has 13 points. 77-69 Alvernia. Here comes Scott racing up the court. And a turnover to Diaz, and he'll dunk it. Alvernia up 10, their biggest lead today. Fox's shot's an air ball. And a second half that started with a lot of promise for Keystone, and they're going to foul again. The second half that started with a lot of promise for Keystone is sputtering to the end here. This will be Janai Stanley shooting the free throws. He has 15 points. He's listed as a freshman. He has 4 years of eligibility left, though he started last year at Division II Clarion, played in 8 games. Makes the first. So this final score is going to be not really indicative of what this game was like. Stanley makes the 2 free throws. It's 81-69. It kind of reminds me of the game against Wilkes, which was the home opener that went to overtime. Wilkes wound up winning by 10. And now Keystone will back off. Alvernia to dribble the clock out. They will improve to 6-2. Keystone will fall to 4-6. And that is a final from the Gamble Athletic Center here this afternoon on the campus of Keystone College. It is Alvernia 81, Keystone 69. So we'll be signing off here in a moment. Just want to remind you that the Giants are about to go on their holiday break. We wish everybody a happy holiday season. Our next live stream of men's basketball will be on Thursday, January the 2nd, when the Giants take on Moravian. So on behalf of Coach Andrew Kettle and the Keystone College Giants, the Sports Information Department of Colin Franco and Justin Phillips, my name is Jim Nolan. We thank you for watching. Have a happy holidays. We will see you next time. This is Keystone College men's basketball on YouTube.